Jamesy.
I've got my set list. Did you use the bread set list?
We didn't. In a last-minute panic, we were going to write our set list on a sleeve of a baguette, but that was deemed by management unprofessional, and so we got pretty sick pro-grade paper.
Handwritten.
Yeah. It's not that. We want to keep it vaguely DIY, so it's in a palsied scrawl.
Yeah, there is something embarrassing about your kindergartner's hand.
Whose handwriting? I didn't write
whoever
it.
wrote it.
Yeah, somebody's handwriting.
Whoever
is awful.
wrote it.
Right. Brexit.
We'd like to stay on the set list if you don't mind.
Let's put it to a people's vote. I say. Let the people vote again.
It couldn't be wrong.
Some people have changed their minds, right?
About the set list conversation?
About our set list.
Yeah.
No, it's too late for that.
Okay, let's not do that. Let's. You're going on tour tomorrow.
Yeah.
Where are you most excited to play?
Clitheroe.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of UK tours. We've played in a lot of towns, but we have never. Not only have we never played Clitheroe, we've never heard of it.
Where is Clitheroe?
And north of Manchester, I hear.
We got to Manchester and they were like, oh, that's going to be north of here. Turn around now.
You don't want to be going up that way, boys. That way lies Clitheroe. Is that?
Like it. No one buying tickets from Scotland, yeah?
This was a Scottish guy in Manchester, obviously. Yeah.
Where's the weirdest place you've ever played?
Weirdest place?
I'm going to enunciate that question a little bit better. Where is the weirdest place you've ever played?
Are we including all?
Are we including
globe?
Are we including Hull in this?
We can go
Surely not.
We can go anywhere in the world apart from Luxembourg.
Actually, in Luxembourg, we played a festival that had a pretty unsafe ride. It was, one of those carnival rides that is just a chair with a, mile-long rubber band to the sky. And Chris went on it and had no incident, and I went on it and just wrapped myself in a rubber band a mile out.
We had to get emergency services.
The thing was, I stayed straight up.
To come and bring him down. They said they'd never seen the like. At least that's what I thought they were saying. They were speaking in, French or Flemish or whatever.
Might have been Scottish, guys.
I've actually learned today that there are 3 languages: Luxembourgish, which is a thing, German and French.
I was hoping you were going to just give us 3, like Luxembourgish, Luxembourgian, and Luxemblendic.
Yeah. Listen, I'm going to totally change the subject because I wanted to ask this question for at least 10 minutes. But I was frantically looking over your Wikipedia page thinking, what am I going to ask these guys? And I need to know, how much involvement do you have in your own Wikipedia page?
We're avid readers.
Big fans.
See, I asked this because there's a little bit. I'm going in my pocket. I'm not just pulling a face. There's a little bit early on.
Don't paraphrase.
And it says, this is like the early days, so it's subheaded Formation and Safety, Fun and Learning.
Sure.
2004. Yeah. And there's a bit that says, Keith was on drums.
Yep.
Though he also sang roughly half the songs, not unlike Phil Collins in Genesis.
Phil Collins sang half of our songs while playing drums as well, so it wasn't unlike Phil Collins. He also sang half the songs in We Are Scientists.
No, I mean, we can't. No one here can say they got out of here without a scoop, can they? I'm going to ask you one more question and then pass over to people in the audience. But I'm not going to embarrass who it was, but when I was watching from the side and there was someone here who looked more excited to be watching you play than maybe anyone I've ever seen at a concert, it made me feel a little bit like maybe I've lost all my love for music because
you hated it.
Exactly.
You didn't feel a thing.
But it was a beautiful thing. It was everything that fandom should be. Tell me about, have you ever felt like that as music fans?
I feel the way the way you feel a lot of the time.
Well, you do because
when I
you
go
become-
see bands that I'm like, this is good, but I feel nothing.
See, what's really embarrassing is that I feel that way about you.
I knew you were going to do that. I knew you were going to do that. I knew
You
were gonna
didn't
do that.
know anything.
No.
James, I am like vibrating over here just watching you interview us. I mean,
Thanks, man. Cheers.
You are a superstar.
Right, let's...
This is what I get off on.
Oh, thanks.
Watching you do this.
This is why we're in the game.
On that note, does anyone have any questions they would like to ask the band? Do I get to
scream
pick?
it.
Oh, no, I'm going to get to pick. It's going to be this guy.
There is a mic.
Yeah, big fan, by the way, thanks. What's your creative process behind writing your songs?
Opening with a big one.
Yeah.
How was the world made?
Yeah, it's the same question for us, right? I mean,
There's, we don't want to undermine the art by saying that there is a formula to it, but there is a formula, and the formula is it's 2 parts tequila, 1 part lime, half part agave. Shake it, pour it in a glass. Do that 4 or 5 times. Wake up, listen to the Pro Tool session, smash it.
Nice.
Get it
I'll
mixed.
try that.
Send that thing to Claudius. It's ready to be mixed.
That's how you write a hit. Anyone else? Don't make it awkward.
Yeah, we've...
Okay, you're the person that looked like you having the greatest time in the world. Yeah.
I have to speak louder now. Okay. Of all your many, many music videos, which was the most fun to film?
I mean, this is going to sound simply like we're pushing our latest release, but we just released a video for No Wait at 5 Leaves, and I think it was the most insular video we've ever shot. And therefore, anytime it's just, if I need to see another person, my enjoyment has already gone downhill. If it's just you and I, great times.
We hate collaborating with other people, which is why we didn't get into a more collaborative art form like cinema or crop circles or whatever. I don't know. But so we've made, anytime we have to work with any kind of crew, we really hate it. We made this new video, and even though we had to shoot it twice because we're so bad at the technical side of shooting video, like we shot it once, and then the next day we were looking at all the footage, and we sent it to a friend who knows what he's doing, and he was like, yeah, you guys got to shoot this again. And we were like, that's fine, it's just us.
See, that's why we don't like to work with other people. What a jerk, but...
So we shot it again. It was fine. It was still the best video we've ever shot.
Most enjoyable, anyway.
We had a reshoot. Yeah.
Who's next? This guy. Enjoying his popcorn.
Yeah,
I'm all about the
Johnny
popcorn. by the way.
Popcorn Crotch is our nickname for this guy. It's been all night.
Just in case I get the nibbles. I teach music to 16-year-olds. If you could teach a music lesson to a 16-year-old version of yourself, what would you teach yourself?
Did you say version or virgin?
Either.
Yeah.
Because, we have no frame of reference for the latter.
There's no 16-year-old virgin Keith or Chris out there. You know what I'm saying? Woo! You know what I'm saying? No, there was.
Yeah, in fact, I think what I would have said was, stop practicing guitar and start working on sex, fella. Get to it.
Yeah. The guitar will take care of itself. But your technique in the sack will be a problem for decades to come.
And so it has been.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great advice.
Yeah, so you should get all your students' parents in the room.
Be careful.
And relay that advice.
Yeah, be careful. It's one thing to say it to the 16-year-old version of yourself. It's a very different thing when you're talking to children of other parents.
Yeah, to be alone in a room with a 16-year-old and
tread lightly. You can send that message. I believe you can send that message without getting explicit.
Does anyone have a question that's not going to end up with the people on this stage getting added to a list?
That dried up interest, really.
Awkward. Have you got another question?
Yeah, ask what you really wanted to ask.
That question seemed like a veil, but for what?
I feel a little bit like I derailed your question. So ask another question and I'll shut up.
Can we get a camera over here just rack zooming on him? Just getting as close as possible.
When you guys are in the studio, is it kind of back to basics when you start creating an album, just acoustic guitar and pen and paper? Or do you like to get more straight into the technical side of things and straight on the Pro Tools session and doing it that way?
Yeah, we sort of do the opposite. We start with Pro Tools sessions that are way too involved, and then we say, but how could men do this? Yeah. How could humans approach what we've done, in our bedrooms by what?
Yeah,
please stop me.
And we're living in this moment when you can create all these incredible sounds on your computer that are almost good enough. But so we make elaborate versions of songs that you wouldn't quite feel comfortable actually shipping, and then the project really begins where you have to decide what you're going to record using old keyboards that have to be plugged into Soviet converters and then into walls. And
when your producer stops throwing up, that's when you know you've got a track. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to ask one more and then we're going to wrap it up.
Oh.
Do you mind if I ask this person, because you look like you've had way too much fun today. Sorry, what was your question?
I lost my shit when you played After Hours. I love that song. Depressingly, it's my breakup song. Is that song about a deeper meaning, or is it just about getting your mate to stay out front of the beer and getting blotto?
You nailed it. You nailed it. Yeah, zero subtext to that one.
That was a really brief one, so do you want to ask yours? I feel like we need to end with slightly more class than that. No disrespect.
Damn. You and I are drinking after this one, buddy.
I was wondering if there's ever going to be any more episodes of Steve Wants His Money. Say yes.
I'd like to know that.
There should be. Yeah. There ought to be.
I, without committing one way or the other, I will let these people know that there are thousands of pages of script. And I think you can infer that it's been rejected by the people we've shown it to so far. So we're kind of waiting for the industry to age into Steve Wants His Money Season 2. Right now, there are about 72 hours of Steve Wants His Money Season 2, but nobody's ready to shoot it.
When the producers stop throwing up, that's when Steve Wants His Money Season 2 is ready.
Well, on that depressing note, thanks for doing this today. Thanks to Songkick. Go see Weird Scientists on tour. And I really want to steal one of these cushions.
We'll never tell.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you.